I was from Akwaba, Ediba Dan Kwaku Yeboah TV, so your friend me Isaac Dazi. Then the breaking news I saka, and now your day bro at the Ewahasinaka, who said 2012, 2021, 2022. And TAB by but then known say Telegram, a telegrapher or no airport story, because that story no one person within the pound dimbabe to Jantino. They could not mention the person's name, but they will almost describe the situation, Ghana for say a young Kasa deputy captain Thomas Partey Usia Kan Edma Arsenal. Na sabra me Kasa Monday we and then the contract on Arsenal one we into runner he's the former player of Arsenal Asabri or a new club na Okakusia Kan Ed Elho. And ne yakoda sorry court a issue statement a patch say or my charge former Arsenal player Thomas Partey with multiple rapes and Omodi Adiatodo. So issue spanning from 2.5 years investigation. I'm a Premier League team. I friend Arsenal player, midfielder, I friend Thomas Partey no, or more a charge with multiple counts of rape. Na Yamakumako 5 with 5 counts of rape and Sabri they are charging and Telegraph Sport exclusively edited to just say Thomas Partey has somebody in fear. 32 years or no and a sabri ninsem ada power so asabri omo making sure say omo ebe charge no na sabri obeko court on the 5th of August next month ya Thomas Partey kwa kujina sem dibia na yedi na sem nti obeka say bia obegia atuma na so onje ntum no emre na ebe kire me bomadian say me de ehu popoye bebre mo charge ayede amano no no na sabri 5 count no oba ba ko de egia atum say ono and a rape case and it asem kumaide ewo nti eno ana sabri me don't be say that Thomas Partey has been charged with 2 counts of rape related to one woman no or more charging 2 counts and 3 counts of rape related to a second woman and 1 count of sexual assault related to a third woman. Kahun's investigation started 2022 and according to Premier League as Arsenal as a football team no almost suspended Thomas Partey send a be going to mean Siakai but Kahun said Manchester United player friend yes niche would buy no right after those allegations happen or more suspending it is a case in the banner we sabri Greenwood sabu sina kan a war obi ma sabu unsia kan fa Manchester United be do case na bana we Arsenal on any wife they are still back together no become they are talking about assault in relationship to Thomas Partey the sabri and ababetudwa ye dem prepare den e de ebrem na ka hu say Sky Sports and the breaking news na omo de betudwa ntebusua me ma me kasa ne yenwa yen konkotie Sky Sports how omo si breaking news ne ba count na omo de account no court ben no be call United Kingdom no in fact say 5th of August next month no count ben and omo de be charge no yen konkotie how Sky Sports a report here about breaking news na de betudwa.
Bring you some breaking news now coming into us from the Crown Prosecution Service. They're saying that the former Arsenal footballer Thomas Partey has been charged with 5 counts of rape and 1 count of sexual assault. That news coming into us just now from the Crown Prosecution Service saying that the former Arsenal footballer Thomas Partey has been charged with 5 counts of rape and 1 count of sexual assault. We'll bring you more detail and information on that breaking news as we get that.
This is how Sky Sports a breaking news, or Partey Thomas Partey Sabri or my child na kan say investigation we I start here 2020-2022 na bibi says here according to British omumrem no as say nipa kwana allegedly involved no as say your manager bibia ye to say na Mason Greenwood did ne buy no crop da ye ho kama for ne mpona one nete ena sensen ba omuntema na assault bi wo ma aninti till investigation be na bi ye no ye me player no and I say nipa kro no engage in any other thing but this time no not they were trying to shield the identity of the player but I think that the Telegraph no it me a punch ho kakra my man for deduce here who say Thomas third party and Omokan Wasem no almost a quick away any newer inti unim say but 2.5 solid years our investigation at me akoso no afei and a prosecutor no ade akokot no ma charge Thomas Partey on 5 counts, all of them rape case na ka hu say ebinim so or say afei the most also dey akoya beto say unim say oya baya na say we obi a was suffer and that this same suspect Omodiana also far we evidence idea say Thomas Partey the deputy captain for the Black Stars, you know, with me IBB sir. Like who say Manchester United versus Arsenal game be a course, you know. That was January 8th. Na say the Crown Prosecution Service as potential charges loomed against then still unnamed player because no one person the player on the team but of course Telegraph Sports first reviewed the identity of the player and into a manoko something and very easy for you to identify in Telegraph for choice exclusive Premier League star arrested on suspicion of rape, but then that story written by Martin Evans did not disclose the player's name. But then when you read the story, it tells you, say a Premier League international footballer has been arrested in North London on suspicion of rape. And if you look at the Premier League, the North London is made up of Chelsea and Arsenal. Yes, Tottenham Hotspur is also there. West Ham United is also there. They're all in London, right? Crystal Palace, all of them in London. Then when you say that North London, you are making a reference to Arsenal or Chelsea. But then all angles were pointing to Arsenal. Then the player who is in his late 20s, you know, Thomas Partey is not 32. And the investigation started in 2021, but then he was 29. So if you say in his late 20s, cannot be named for legal reasons. He's currently in the custody being quizzing over alleged attack, which is said to have taken place last month. Scotland Yard confirmed in the statement that the player had been taken into custody in the early hours of Monday. The club has been contacted by Telegram Sport and is aware the player is being questioned, but declined to comment. On 4 June, an allegation of rape of a woman in her 20s was reported to the police. The Metropolitan Police said in the statement, it was reported that alleged rape happened in June 2022. Yes, 2022. NSA police said that the man was arrested at an address in Bournemouth on suspicion of a rape, taken to a custody where he remains. Enquiries into the circumstances are ongoing, officers added. So if you look at the story, the rape issue happened in 2022. But that time, someone said third party was in her late 29th, getting, yes, 1932. The player is an international renowned and it's unclear whether he will now play in his club pre-season matches. The Premier League season begins on 5th August and the player is also due to play at the World Cup in Qatar this November. See, so there was a clue to deduce that indeed probably the person you're talking about is Thomas Partey. So if you look at the story, if you read the story, realize that indeed the reporter was a little bit skeptical because he issued a disclaimer, he issued a caveat that because of legal issues, they may not be able to disclose the identity of the player. But then giving you a clue that a North London team, a Premier League team who is in the late 20s, then begin to, scan through the teams in North London. Of course, Arsenal will be the number one. Then which players in the late 20s, you can go through the website. You know the players with the late 20s and who is also yet to play the World Cup. And you look at all these things, and of course, it only points out to one particular person, which was Thomas Partey. And because at that moment, because of the Lakers, they were not able to disclose the identity of the player. And as I speak to you today, right now, today is the 4th of July, 2025. Thomas Partey has been charged with 5 counts of rape and is expected to appear before court on 5th of August 2025. Then he will know his fate, whether he'll still go ahead to play football, he'll be arrested and detained or put into prison. Stay tuned for all the exclusive. We make sure that you update our listeners up to speed of the story.